Hello everyone, we are going to look at solving the sides of a right angle triangle when we're given two values. So we're going to look at this one as if we're given the hypotenuse and we're given the base of my triangle, how can I solve for the vertical component? So if I've been given two sides of my triangle and I want to solve the third, one method that I can use is Pythagorean theorem. Okay. Important to remember when we're looking at Pythagorean theorem that the C always represents my hypotenuse, and my hypotenuse has to be the longest side of my triangle. So if we had a hypotenuse, say the length of this hypotenuse was 23 ohms in magnitude. That's the length of that hypotenuse, and the base was 21 ohms in magnitude. We wanted to know what was the vertical component of this triangle. So we can substitute these values right away, or we can transpose this formula and then substitute them. Let's transpose this formula. It's fundamental, we need to be good at. So what I encourage you to do is that if you'd like, pause the video right now and see if you can solve this. If you can, fantastic. If you get a different answer when we're done, maybe as we go through the steps, you can identify where we've gone wrong, and we can clean that up moving forward. So if you need to pause this, solve it, and then just continue to hit play, and we'll see if we come up with the right answer. So I'm going to transpose this first. So I'm looking for A. I need to isolate that by itself. So the opposite of adding b squared would be subtracting b squared. So what I do to one side, I must do to the other. So I will end up with now a squared is equal to c squared minus b squared. I need to get rid of that squared function because I need to solve for a all on its own. So the opposite of a square is a square root. So what I do to one side, I must do to the entire side over here. And I am left with a is equal to the square root of c squared minus b squared. So now when I substitute these values, it's actually pretty important in this next step, if you're going to do this all in one step in your calculator, that this goes into your calculator properly. So the square root, and I would encourage you to put a bracket here so your calculator knows that you want to do this entire function and then square root it, will be the hypotenuse, which is 23 squared, subtract the base, which is 21 squared, and then you close the bracket. Now your calculator knows that you want to do this entire length, or that entire function. So we will end up with a value of 9.380, and then if we round it, we'd end up with 1, and in this case, ohms would be the length of that vertical component. So I hope this has helped, maybe another little transposing, but also to solve the sides of the triangle. We'll see you in the next one.